You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
Thanks for staying with 11 Alive Morning News. It is Monday, October 23rd.
Time now is 6:47. For the next 11 minutes, only on 11 Alive, we'll have nonstop coverage on everything you need to know to plan your day.
So we start this morning with a new headache for people traveling from the Atlanta airport. What is causing them to temporarily lose 3,000 parking spaces?
This morning, police are investigating anti-Semitic flyers in a metro Atlanta community as the war in the Middle East is causing division. What neighbors are now saying.
And first this morning, a chilly, cool start to your day, but a great fall stretch ahead. We'll talk about that coming up.
If you are catching a flight soon, parking is going to be a huge challenge, more than usual.
Yeah, within just the last couple of hours, the South Economy lot closed. That took 3,000 parking spaces with it. Jerry Carnes has a look at why it's happening and some options for travelers. Good morning, Jerry.
Mondays are typically quite busy here at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. The crowd arriving today will find parking a bit more of a challenge. Gone is the South Economy lot and its 3,000 parking spaces. Construction crews will build a parking deck on that site with more than 6,000 spaces. Work on that won't be complete until the year 2026. Options for parking on site here at the airport include the west deck. Work on the north and south decks are complete, so they are back to full capacity. Construction crews won't take over the South Economy lot for a few weeks, so travelers who have left their cars here have a little time to come and retrieve them.
We continue your nonstop news out of Clayton County. I'm Ariana Manise. Later today, commissioners will meet to sanction one of their own. According to the agenda for the specifically called meeting, they're looking to remove Commissioner Felicia Franklin as vice chair. Now, this all stems from a post on social media where Franklin claimed she was drugged with a date rape pill. According to the agenda, there is video showing EMS attempting to put Franklin in an ambulance where she became combative and refused evaluation. It also states security footage from the bar and grill where Franklin alleges this all happened shows she had several alcoholic drinks. The Monroe police investigation found there was no evidence to support her claim that she was drugged. During last week's meeting, several members called for Franklin's resignation. Now, the board says that citizens expect elected officials to behave in a manner that brings positive reflection on the citizens, businesses, and county employees. Today's meeting is set to happen at noon. We'll bring you those updates.
All right, Ariana, thanks so much. 6:49 now.
Checking out your Monday morning forecast, Melissa, looking good.
Looking good, and it certainly feels like fall outside when you step out the door. But as we get further into fall time, those hours of daylight are shrinking. Today, just over 11 hours of daylight. By Halloween next Tuesday, you got to get the costume still. 10 hours and 51 minutes. And then Thanksgiving, we're going to lose about another 50 minutes from how much daylight we have today. But sunrise this morning's at 7:48. It'll be a chilly start to your Monday morning. Look at the North Georgia mountains right now in the 30s. Now in the metro, all of our suburbs are starting off in the 40s. 42 Peachtree City, Marietta's 46. 54 though inside the city. So today off to a chilly start, but gorgeous afternoon ahead. Partly sunny sky. We'll have a 10 out of 11 on the whizometer today. We're going to hit a high of 74, so not quite as warm as we were yesterday, but still really nice forecast for the school day ahead and after school, whether your kids have sports practices or maybe they are going to just play at the playground for a bit. Looks really nice there. So chilly start this morning, lunchtime up to the mid 60s, partly sunny this afternoon, a high of 74 here in Atlanta, which is closer to average than where we were over the weekend. So we were very warm over the weekend, but nice weather this week ahead. High pressure is going to hang in control, but as it keeps shifting east of us later this week, that'll pull in a little bit more humidity and some warmer temperatures. Unfortunately, the translation from higher humidity may not quite translate into higher rain chances. Looks relatively dry this week, and we do need some rainfall. We not only have a rain deficit, but drought is expanding across North Georgia as we continue to have a dry fall here across the deep south. 74 today for the high, 73 tomorrow. The end of the week, though, looks a lot warmer outside. Temperatures by the end of the week on Friday, look at that, up to 78. This weekend, we could potentially hit 80 degrees. Here's that drought monitor showing where we have the severe drought in northwest Georgia. Things are getting dry here across the metro, but I think this is going to be one of those weeks where we don't see a big rain chance. Certainly nothing coming from the tropics. This is Hurricane Tammy which impacted the Leeward Islands over the weekend. But the track of this one will not move closer to the mainland U.S. I've got it by the weekend closer to Bermuda, but for us, we will not see any impacts from that seventh hurricane of the Atlantic season. Here's your 7-day forecast. 74 today, partly sunny, 10 on the wazometer. Looking really nice the next couple of days, but warmer and more humid to round out the work week.
I'm Christy Diaz. Another neighborhood woke up to anti-Semitic flyers on their driveways and lawns. Over the weekend, a hate group littered flyers throughout several Brookhaven neighborhoods. They were packaged in little baggies, held down with corn. Now, although it was designed to divide and take advantage of the tension created by the Israel-Hamas war, several neighbors say the hateful messages just reinforced their determination to stick together. As hate against the Jewish community has continued to rise over the last year, many synagogues, like this one in Brookhaven, have put police officers and police cars outside for safety.
It's a little heartbreaking to see this kind of anti-Semitism, especially now after what's happened in Israel. You would think that the world would be a little more sympathetic to us. But if you look on the flyer carefully, you see there's no substance to them, and they spread all lies.
The Brookhaven Police Department says they are investigating this matter to the fullest, and hate speech will not be tolerated. Aisha.
Christy, thank you. Right now in Lithonia, police are investigating what led to a man allegedly shooting and killing his grandfather. Police say the 77-year-old man was shot on Dean Court around 6 last night, and now that 34-year-old grandson is in custody. This is still an active investigation. In just about an hour, the search will continue for a missing man who fell off a jet ski on the east bank of Lake Lanier. Here's what we know so far. According to Georgia DNR, the 37-year-old man was able to make it to the shore before swimming back to the jet ski, and that's when witnesses say he went under and didn't come back up. On Saturday and Sunday, crews from Gwinnett and Hall County, the fire departments, they were out on the lake searching for the man. Today marks 1 week since 4 inmates escaped from the Bibb County Jail in central Georgia, and this morning they are still out there on the run. In the latest update, police were able to recover that blue Dodge Challenger that police say was seen near the area where they escaped last week. The car was found about 2 miles from the jail. The suspects were behind bars on a range of charges from drug trafficking to even murder. There is a large cash reward out there for any information leading to their recapture and arrest.
New this morning, there's now a pause on dog drop-offs and adoptions at an animal shelter in Athens, Clark County. It's countywide because of a rise in canine parvovirus. There's now a hold on services until at least November 3rd. This virus affects all dogs, but those unvaccinated and puppies younger than 4 months are at most risk. If you do have to go reclaim your pet, you can do that, and they'll let you know about any possible virus exposure.
The holidays are coming. You just want to impress the family with a new recipe, but if you go looking online for those new recipes to share, there is a warning out there that some posts on Facebook are cooking up scams instead of snacks. So our verified question this morning is, how can you spot these fake pages? Our sources are Alex Hammerstone from Trusted Sec, that is a cybersecurity company, and then Scam Advisor, that's a website that helps point out scam websites. So usually these posts will show a recipe and then ask you to comment or share so that you can get more interaction, which puts their post in front of more people, of course. Scam Advisor says these pages will plagiarize from recipe blogs and use food images from the internet to drive traffic to shady blogs instead. For example, a page named Old Fashioned Recipe claims to be located in Kentucky, but if you look at the people on the page who manage the site, they're actually in Morocco. Several reviews on the page also warn users that it's a spam site.
These large sites like Facebook, they have a lot of protections built in. They have a lot of employees. They think about security a lot. And so keep in mind, scammers will always want to get you off of that platform.
Okay, so not all recipe pages on social media are scam sites, but Hammerstone says to trust your gut. And when you look at everything on the page before clicking on any links, read those reviews too. If something seems sketchy, don't click at all.
And at 6:57, it is a chilly start to the day. Grab the coffee, grab the hot tea, and the jackets for the kids. We're starting off in the 50s here in the city, but the metro suburbs 40s, 30s in the mountains. Now, after our chilly start today, partly sunny, really beautiful, mild afternoon. We'll head up to a high of 74, and we look dry through the work week.
This morning, a Team USA speed climber from Woodstock celebrating another medal. She had the fastest time at the Pan Am Games in Chile over the weekend, but leaves with a silver because she had a false start in the medal round for gold. Keep an eye on Emma at the Summer Games. She's going to be a favorite for gold.
Wow. Just looking at her like,
I know.
take that, Spider-Man.
I'm still winded from walking over from my desk.
Well, that's a different story.
Get this man some water. Get this man some water. Have a great day.